The Battle of Midway. What was the Battle of Midway? The Battle of Midway is often considered the turning point of World War II and was the beginning of the end for Japan. The Battle of Midway was a naval battle fought near the island of Midway between the Japanese and the United States. The Japanese were led by a man called Yamamoto Isoroku, who planned an attack based entirely on the element of surprise. The Japanese had planned for an ambush to take out the remaining few cruisers the United States had. The Japanese, however, misjudged the capability of the United States Navy force due to their limited intelligence and believed that they had sunk the USS Yorktown during the Battle of Coral Sea. This proved to be fatal, as the USS Yorktown played a vital role in the Battle of Midway. The Japanese also did not know that the United States had successfully decoded majority of the Japanese radio transmissions, meaning that the United States pretty much knew what the Japanese were doing. This also meant that the Japanese had lost the element of surprise. Yamamoto's plan was split into 3 stages. He first sent a fleet to the Aleutian Islands. He expected to draw the American forces away from Midway with this feint attack before he began with Phase 1. The first phase was to attack Midway Island by air. This attack group was to be led by Vice Admiral Chuchi Nagumo. His fleet consisted of 4 first-line aircraft carriers. The second phase was to bring in the Midway invasion force, after all the defences at Midway Island had been destroyed. 5,000 Japanese troops would be deployed to crush whatever troops remained left on Midway Island. The third phase was to attack the reinforcements that were coming in from Pearl Harbor to support the troops already at Midway. Yamamoto expected his plan to shock and overwhelm the Americans. However, all these phases were not accomplished simply due to the fact that the US Navy forces knew where all the Japanese ships would be and were prepared for an attack. They also laid their own ambush so that they would be able to efficiently destroy the Japanese ships. The prey had now become the predators. The Americans won this battle in terms of ships sunk and casualties inflicted. The Japanese lost over 2,500 servicemen, 292 aircraft, 1 heavy cruiser, and 4 aircraft carriers. The United States, however, only lost 307 servicemen, which is an eighth of what the Japanese lost. 145 aircraft, which is a bit less than half of what the Japanese lost, and 1 destroyer and only 1 aircraft carrier. This event put the Japanese on the defensive from the Allies. Although the Japanese and the United States both suffered heavy losses, the Japanese lost a lot more men and material, as in aircraft carriers and aircraft. This proved to be very costly, as Japan's ability to replace such ships were inferior to the United States' massive industrial capability, along with their training capabilities. Pretty much, the United States could replace their losses, the Japanese could not. For example, after 1942, the Japanese did not launch a single new aircraft carrier, whilst the United States launched 18. By the end of the war, they had launched over 100 carriers. The clear Allied victory helped boost the Allies' morale around the world. This victory also decreased the Japanese morale. Destroying the majority of the Japanese Navy meant that the US destroyed the Japanese ability to gain air superiority and pretty much obliterated the second biggest navy in the world, with the biggest being the United States. If the Allies lost the Battle of Midway, the outcome of the war would have potentially been a lot more different than it actually was. The Japanese would have had the largest naval force in the world, along with having the island of Midway as a strategic base. Their position in the Pacific would also have been a lot more solidified and could have potentially invaded Australia. However though, the United States could have also manufactured and created new aircraft carriers to fight against such a threat. Thanks for listening. I've attached my bibliography to my transcript if you want to have a look. Once again, thank you.